Hi, I'm Angie Callahan. Welcome to School Talk Monthly. In this program, we have a conversation with York County School Superintendent, Dr. Eric Williams. We also go to the Great Computer Challenge, and we'll find out who our Schools of the Month are. First, let's take a look at who our Blue Ribbon panel selected as the first place winners in our 2009 Reading Rainbow Young Writers and Illustrators Contest. Congratulations, students.
Take a look, it's in a book, the Reading Rainbow, Reading Rainbow.
Join us when these winning students discuss their stories on the 2009 Reading Rainbow Awards Show. The show airs Sunday afternoon, June 14th at 2 o'clock. We'll also record them reading their stories and stream their winning work on whro.org/readingrainbow. With me in the studio is Dr. Eric Williams. He is Superintendent of York County Schools. Dr. Williams, thank you so much for coming by School Talk to chat with us for a while.
It's my pleasure to be here.
Now, you haven't been superintendent very long. You started with this school year, correct?
Yes, I started in July, just before the school year started.
Well, what are some of your priorities in York County this year?
I would say that there are really three key priorities. One relates to excellence, is we want our students to consistently demonstrate excellence, both in terms of skills and knowledge that's going to prepare them for both citizenship, but also in terms of productively contributing to the economy. So I'd say that's one priority. A second priority is truly engaging students in rigorous work. Not having students just skate through school or make the motions, but really to be engaged in rigorous schoolwork. And a third priority is not only having safe schools, but having school climates that are positive and welcoming, where students have positive relationships with one another, and also the positive relationships between students and teachers and among staff members as well. So those are three key priorities that we have.
All three very valiant goals, I think. Let's talk about your successes. Now, again, you've just been there a year, not even quite a year at this point, but what are some of the successes you would point to?
Well, one of the things that has struck me as I've been in the community is the number of people who tell me that they moved to York County because of the schools. And if you were to point to objective criteria, I think what people would refer to is really, by any objective measures, our students are performing very well in comparison with state and national indicators, whether that's looking at accreditation, the state standard of learning exams, advanced placement exams, the SAT tests that high school students take. So if you look at any of those measures, our students perform very well. And so those are a few of the examples or indicators of excellence in York County.
Certainly successful when parents want to move to York County because of your school systems. That's congratulations. That's great. Well, in this day and age, all schools are facing challenges. What are some of your challenges in York County?
I think that some of the challenges we face are ones that are not unique to York County. They exist across the state and across the nation. And specifically what I'm talking about is the emphasis on standardized testing. And I'm specifically referring in Virginia to the standards of learning. Now, some teachers actually cautiously praise the standards of learning, or the SOLs. But I say cautiously because it's as if they look to the left, see that no one's looking, look to the right, see that no one's looking, and then they'll say, what I like about the standards of learning is that the students are more likely in the previous year before they come to me to have learned the curriculum that they're supposed to learn. So that's a good thing about the SOLs. The caution and the challenge, I would say, is that too often in our state and nation, there's such an emphasis on standardized testing that it comes at the expense of true learning. I've actually had teachers tell me, not just in York County but elsewhere, that they will set aside a lesson that they believe constitutes effective teaching and learning because of a sense that they need to expose students to content, that they just want to cover content. And so the challenge that we face is we still need to teach the curriculum. We need results. It's not about junking the curriculum, junking the SOLs in order just to have fun. But we need to teach the curriculum in a way in which we still capture the joy, not only of learning, but the joy of teaching.
That creative part of the process. Do you have any particular strategies you're working with teachers on to help them in that regards?
Well, one thing I'll say is I believe that the answers do lie within our classrooms. As I've spent a lot of time this first year as superintendent visiting classrooms, I've seen so many examples of teaching and learning that does reflect joy in teaching and learning. And so to cite a couple examples, I remember being in an elementary school classroom where I'm sure you've heard of Native American rain dance as well. This teacher had her students writing instructions for a snow dance, but the SOL or the curriculum was teaching students to use transition words in their writing, such as first, next, and then. So she was teaching this skill, but all the little elementary school students were engaged because they liked the concept of writing instructions for a snow dance. So that's one example. One other quick example I'll mention is I was in a middle school science classroom, and the students were working in small groups testing paper helicopters. And the paper helicopters had different length and shaped blades, and they were trying to figure out which ones would stay airborne the longest. But in so doing, and in the discussion afterwards, the teacher talked with them about what it means, what an independent variable is, and what a dependent variable is. So those were the concepts, but it was taught in an incredibly creative way. So the strategy really is figuring out, we have this wonderful expertise within our school division, and let's build on that success. So let's create lots of opportunities for teachers to talk to one another, share ideas, and also make sure that we have a climate in which we are sticking with those effective lessons. So the message to teachers is stay with those effective lessons. It's almost as if we need to give ourselves permission to have fun. And so our message to teachers has been, let's have that fun as we teach the curriculum. So some of it is sharing of ideas, and some of it is a cultural change.
Right, and allowing that process to happen. Definitely. Okay, York County is one of WHRO's owner members, and as an owner member you have lots of benefits. I'd like you to talk a little bit about, from your perspective, even though you're very new, what are some of the benefits you see for York County as being a member of WHRO?
And that's easy to describe, and I'll use a recent example that connects with some of my earlier comments. I was in a classroom a week or two ago, in a middle school mathematics classroom, and the teacher showed a very brief video clip of the Space Center, and then he assigned his math students to work in teams. They were using formulas for volume of different shaped cylinders, surface volume, and they needed to do some design work relating to a space station and make sure that they stayed on budget. And so they were very engaged in this, but what helped engage the students was a short video clip of the space station. And as you know, we are able to our teachers are able to receive through WHRO access to over 40,000 video clips on demand that they can integrate in their classroom. That's in addition to all the programming that they also can incorporate in their lessons. A couple other examples I'll mention is I've spent a lot of time just talking to teachers this year and saying, what do you think are the strengths and opportunities in our school division? And I remember very early on last fall, one of the elementary school teachers said to me, I love all the professional development opportunities that we have. And some of the examples she cited were ones that are available through WHRO, including online courses that teachers can take, that that are no cost to them. And in this particular teacher's example, she had taken an online course through WHRO that helped her teach mathematics to elementary school students. So that's another example, professional development. And just a final example, and I'll mention, is the virtual coursework that's available to our students through WHRO. So those are those are several examples that are helping us face the challenges that I was referring to earlier in our conversation.
The online courses are especially good for teachers. The professional development, they can take them anywhere, anytime. So it fits nicely into their schedule no matter what their situation is. And lots of wonderful content available to them for their professional development.
And this particular teacher had commented that she had a busy summer with various obligations with kids and other family members, but she was able to take a course last summer that worked around her schedule. She appreciated the flexibility.
That's great. Let's talk a little bit about the community of York County, a little bit about the demographics of your area and how you work with your community. Tell me a little bit about your demographics.
Sure. Well, York, obviously Hampton Roads is the best place in America to live, work, and learn, and York County is definitely a great example of that. We have, it's a very interesting mix. On one hand, we have folks who have lived there their whole lives. On the other hand, we have a large number of residents who've been there for just a few years, and that's because we have almost half of our students are from families that are federally connected in some way. So they may have a parent who works at Langley Air Force Base or at Fort Eustis or at Camp Perry, and so that's a great dynamic. But as a parent with two young kids in the system, I will say I'm thrilled that it's a very welcoming system to folks who are new to the community. In terms of other demographic information, 71% of our students are white, 16% are African American, 6% are Asian, and 4% are Hispanic. In terms of eligibility for free and reduced priced meals, about 15% of our students meet that criteria as one indicator of low-income family status. So that's kind of like an overview of some of the demographics in York County. In terms of the number of schools, we've got 19 schools serving almost 13,000 students in York County.
So that's a lot of schools, 19 schools to be responsible for. What about your community? What kinds of activities or what kind of support does the community at large bring to the table in York County?
One of the strengths definitely is our strong partnerships that we have with parents and community organizations. Now, one indicator of the strength of those relationships is just the number of volunteer hours that are tracked each year. Even though we have fewer than 13,000 students, each year there are over 100,000 volunteer hours logged in our schools, and volunteers serving in a variety of capacities, whether it's a business leader serving on an advisory board for a career and tech ed program, whether it's folks judging the science fair, serving as guest speakers, whether or not it's being at the school and helping in a variety of ways, whether it's being involved with a booster club. Those are all examples of the ways in which a parent or community member might be involved. But another, even aside from the support that occurs at school, a key variable in our success is just the support of parents that they provide at home, whether it's providing a quiet space to study, enforcing a curfew for their son or daughter, or just communicating the expectation that, hey, schoolwork is valuable and I expect you to be doing what you need to be successful in school. So that support that we've received has been a key to our excellence in York County.
That's wonderful, the amount of volunteer hours. That's excellent. And parents are a very important key component in any child's success in school.
And our PTA organization, I'll note, has been a key variable in our ability to access and receive parent support.
That's great. What about your students that go on to colleges? What kind of colleges are your students going to?
There really is a range of post-secondary education that our students pursue, whether it's something in a medical field that's not necessarily a degree program, or whether it's going to two-year institutions. We have or four-year institutions. We've got students at Thomas Nelson Community College. We have students at ODU, William & Mary, University of Virginia, Virginia Tech. So lots of great schools within Virginia. But also just looking at the list of schools from that our graduates from last year are currently attending, there's certainly an impressive list. For example, last year's graduates are attending places such as the U.S. Naval Academy, also Stanford, Dartmouth, Yale. So some very impressive institutions nationally, in addition to the many strong colleges and universities, 2- and 4-year programs within the state of Virginia.
That's great. What about any certification programs that you offer students who may not be going, or not at this particular time in their life, planning to go on to college, or able to afford to go to college? What do you have some good programs that you have in that regard?
We York County partners with other school divisions in the Hampton Roads area to operate the New Horizons Regional Educational Center. So for example, we have students earning certification in the auto tech area or as EMTs, emergency medical technicians. Those are some examples of certifications through the regional school. Then we also have students earning certifications within their home schools. For example, there's a Microsoft Office Specialist certification. There's also a general certification that says to potential employers that a particular student is comfortable working with computers. So those are a few of the examples of certification programs. Sometimes it's, though, just connecting students with existing programs in the community. So for example, Northrop Grumman, I had the opportunity to visit their apprentice school last fall, and what a great opportunity for students who have graduated from our high schools to be in a work setting, both developing work expertise while also earning credit towards either an AA or a BA degree.
That's great. That's great. Good for the students in York County. All right, those are about all of my specific questions that I have, and I always say at the end, is there anything else about York County that you'd like to share that we haven't covered so far?
I guess I would just say that I really am excited about what lies ahead, because it really is a great time to be in York County as a student or as a resident. You know, when I shared with I have a 9th grade daughter and a 6th grade son within the York County, and I shared with my family at the dinner table last summer all the people who were telling me that they moved to York County because of the schools. And my 9th grade daughter looked at me and said, as only a high school student could say, "Dad, don't mess it up." And I had to laugh, because only a high school kid would say that to their parents. And I guess the point I would say is not messing it up is not high enough aspiration. In York County, I want to continue the excellence that we have, work with folks to continue the excellence that we have and build on that excellence. And the key to that, I really do think, relates to what we talked about earlier, about making sure we capture the joy of teaching and learning. And teachers have been incredibly responsive to that message, have felt empowered by that. The school board has taken a strong leadership role in saying, yes, we need to address the curriculum, but let's do so in an engaging way, and parents have been incredibly supportive of that. So it is truly a great place to be a student, resident, or employee in York County.
Well, Dr. Williams, good luck as you move forward, and continued success to you in York County. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you so much.
I'm Bill Johnson. I'm with Virginia Beach City Public Schools, and I'm here as a volunteer to support this great event that we have, the annual event, Great Computer Challenge. I've been involved, I guess, about 5 or 6 years with it now, and the kids love it, teachers love it. We just were talking to a parent that was very appreciative of everything that we do, and it's just a great activity for the kids.
The children have to edit a video, level 3, a 1-minute video, level 4, a 2-minute video, and we're looking at certain elements of editing itself. Like continuity and mood.
Also, it's like a new category. Figured I want to try this new category and see how it's like. I think it's a very nice addition. I've been a participant through Portsmouth Public Schools and Norfolk Public Schools, and it's been beautiful. What WHRO and CII does is awesome, and this just fits right in with what's going on. I thought it was fantastic.
It was a little bit difficult because I wasn't necessarily fully briefed on the entire event, so I really didn't know what was going on, but I kind of gathered that it was some sort of cultural event, so I kind of worked that in.
We tried to pick the shots that described what was happening and what really showed, it was on the children's festival, and we tried to show what it was all about.
WHRO provided the video footage for the children, and we provided the music from stock, music footage, and they actually have to combine the two to tell the story and make it work. We get the pleasure of judging, what the children are actually doing, and it's going to be interesting, to see what's coming out of young minds.
I think we like a challenge, so it was very fun. This is something that we really enjoy doing, and when we heard about this competition, we were all for it, and we're really glad that we're here.
It's time. You're done. Go have some lunch.
Now, you want in video editing, I know, because I talked to you earlier, so you might get my job, right? Okay, congratulations. Tell them what school you're from.
I'm from Lansdowne High School and Technology Academy.
Oh, great, from Virginia Beach, right? Congratulations. As we turn our attention to the coming summer months, we'll be scheduling programs and creating the 2009-2010 WHRO Classroom Guide for you. There's a big change this year. The guide is going green. Before school starts in the fall, we will email each teacher in the area a PDF version of the guide, and it will be available online at whro.org/classroom. Speaking of online, here's WHRO's Education Technology Manager, Annie Gilstrap, with some video streaming tips.
Open up your web browser and type in whro.unitedstreaming.com. Go ahead and log in with your username and password. I've already logged in with mine. Today, we're going to take a look at downloading music, clip art, and images, and pulling them into a Web 2.0 application called VoiceThread. Just a quick reminder on how to find these resources. You can search for a keyword, or if you want to see all that's available, don't put in any search words, and just choose the type of content you are looking for and select Go. Or you can search for all content and use the navigation on the left. My search word is vacation. I'm going to choose all content and go. Looking on the left navigation, I see that 2 songs are available about vacation. I'm going to choose Start Each Day with a Song. It's a new year. I can click on play to preview the song before I download it. If that's what I want, I can right-click on the disc and choose Save Target As, or just click on the disc to save. I've already got the song, so I'm just going to go ahead and click on Cancel. Now for the images and clip art, I've chosen my topic, Summer Vacation, and I'm going to search for Vacation and choose Images as my content type. We have about 22 images that have come out. I'm going to go ahead and scroll through and see what I like. Let's go ahead and choose this one here, Fisherman at Sunrise. I can click on the preview link to preview it. I can choose to download small, medium, or large. I'm going to go ahead and download the large image of the sunrise. I can right-click on that image or right-click on the disk and choose Save Target As, or just click on the disk to save. I always check myself by looking at that file type. It's a .jpg, so I know it's an image, and I could have changed the name before I saved as well. I also need some images for the identities within VoiceThread so my students can respond. I chose several numbers ahead of time. Let's pop on over to VoiceThread, voicethread.com. I already have created an account and I'm ready to go. We're going to click on Create, and you'll see I have to upload, comment, and share. In Upload, I can upload from my computer, my VoiceThreads, Flickr, Facebook, or a URL. My options are images, documents, and videos. I'm going to choose from my computer and navigate to a video I created using that song we downloaded and some of the images that I created in Movie Maker. Opening one that was already created, you can see the final results. You can see over here this funny looking image. That's me, and I added a comment to tell my students what to do. You could use this at the beginning of the summer or at the end of the summer to find out what they're doing or what they did. I'm sure you can think of lots of other ways that you could use this in the classroom for discussion and feedback. Once they play through this, they then have the option to record a comment, type in a comment. They could also comment from a video cam. When you click on some of those, you'll find that they're not all free. Educators probably get a discount, but there is a $59.95 fee for a one-year account. So you get the idea. So a student would view that, and then they would choose their identity. Now you'll see a student is responding, "I had a great summer," or whatever they might want to tell you about their summer. And when you do have this finally completed, you're obviously going to want to have it somewhere so the students can respond and so that the parents can observe. If there are any other things that you cannot find, go ahead and click on Help and do a search. We're going to go ahead and log out for now. Until next time.
Now it's time to recognize our schools of the month. On the Eastern Shore, Callahan Elementary School welcomed new grade levels this year when they became a pre-K through 7 school. The school's Media Center operates as a learning hub. Along with accelerated reader support and the annual book fair, Media Specialist Ann Barnes provides websites for teachers that link to high-quality internet content and WebQuest. For putting resources at the teacher's fingertips, we name Callahan our Elementary School of the Month. The Bulldogs at Ruffner Middle School in Norfolk have lots to celebrate. Their Academy Forensic team won first place in the district-wide competition. This is their 3rd district title in a row. They've housed the district trophy more than any other school in the history of the competition. For having the oratory skills to bring the awards home again, we congratulate Ruffner, our Middle School of the Month. The Aviation Academy is a specialized 4-year program to prepare students for careers in engineering technology with an emphasis on aviation and computers. The Academy is located at the Newport News Williamsburg International Airport. Students take classes at their airport campus and at Denby High School. All students are required to take physics, chemistry, 4 years of math, and at least 1 aviation technology subject every year. For helping students soar with the aces, we salute the Aviation Academy as our High School of the Month. Founded in 1955, Virginia Beach Friends School has 185 students pre-K through 12th grade. A wide variety of technology classes are offered, ranging from artistic software to CGI modeling and animation, and from programming to video production. In the hardware class, students even build computers. In addition, through community service involving parents, students, faculty, and administration, this year a group of students and faculty members went to Peru to work with a small school. For offering a rich mix of learning experiences, we recognize Virginia Beach Friends School as our Independent School of the Month. As you begin to make professional development plans for the summer, be sure to check out Virginia's Community of Anytime Knowledge. Virginia's PBS Teacher Line courses will be starting at various times throughout the summer months. These courses are free to you through our regional NCLB EdTech grant. Graduate credit through James Madison University is also available for a discounted fee. Go to anytimeknowledge.org for more information. Well, that's all for now. This program and all the links we talk about are available online at schooltalk.org. Have a wonderful summer. See you in the fall on School Talk.